Good morning. We are going to discuss the Halacha in Hilchos Brochos, Perek Halacha Yud Aleph. A very unique bracha, which is almost rare that something like that should be able to be said. And the Rambam makes it even more rare. So the Rambam says, if somebody sees 600,000 people together, if they are akum, so then he says what? In a whole negative state. In Israel, in the Eretz Israel, if they're Yidden and in Eretz Israel, he says, Bracha Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu Melech Olam Chacham HaRozim. Okay. The source is the Gemara in Brochos, which says, Amar Abnuna Haraya Uchlusei Yisrael. If you see multitudes of Jews together, Ayim Baruch Chacham HaRozim. And it brings about the Goyim. And then it brings a Bryce. Why is it Chacham HaRozim? What is it? Chachma. Shein Daiten Deimazel Azeh, and parts of fame Deimazel, because of the diversity. It's a very common word in today's lexicon. Diversity. Yidden are a diverse group of people by nature. There's no two Jews that have the same opinion. That's diversity. Okay, so then they want to tell the story. He saw such a group. I guess it was a tour groups during the Alabais. I don't know. He said Baruch HaKam HaRozim, and continues Baruch Shabaruch Kalelu Shamshuni, that whoever that the Eibush created all those to serve God. Yesh Lahai. So I want to note a few things. First of all, the Rambam starts off with Uchlusei Akum, and then Uchlusei Yisrael. The big questions, even though the Gemara and the Brisa starts the Mishnah and the Brisa go the reverse. First the Uchlusei Yisrael, and then Uchlusei. What could be that will be answered with the next line, because Rambam added a caveat that there's only time they make this brachas in Eretz Yisrael. The Gemara doesn't say that. So perhaps Akum is relevant everywhere. Yid not only in Eretz Yisrael. So therefore he talks first about Akum, then Yid. Okay, that'll answer. But that itself needs to be aware that I'm going to get that. So the Kesef Mishnah brings some Rabbeinu Mendayach that the reason is because of the same story that he saw them in Harabayas. So he asks Rabbeinu Mendayach, it's not right, it doesn't make sense. Because then there should be a condition should be in Harabayas. So anyway, he says it's no raya, and Allah is even a chutzlatz. Now, I want to say the Kesef Mishnah brings that perhaps the reason for the Rambam is because the Rambam says ein uchlasa. Because the Gemara says that Ama'ula ein uchlasa b'Bava. They don't have a din of an uchlas. In Babel, there's no din of uchlas. Now, even if you have uchlas, it's not a. So he says, but the Gemara says, he saw a pop and he held that he was equal. He made a bracha Baruch HaMarazim because he's choshev like 600,000, even though he wasn't Babel. Says perhaps he holds that there's a machlekes on this, and that he doesn't bring this halacha about one person. The Yosef writes on the tour The Torah says, "Imroya afila echad shehu muflig b'choch." He says this in Gemara in Haroya and Brochos. And then just to note there was a second person there, he doesn't bring it. And he says the Rambam doesn't bring this halacha. And he says the reason is because it actually make a bracha. Well, just bring down that he was chashiv kishishim rib. Because it doesn't make sense that everybody's going to decide who is chashiv like 600,000. The interesting part is also 600,000. We said was the kashain the same shavais. Even if a person is chashiv to 600,000, doesn't, but hopefully he's not ain't they saying shavais. You know, hopefully he's not schizophrenic and he has one opinion and he sticks to it. I guess he is, you know, Mars Lashon Shahilach. He's able to go according to call everybody's day, so that probably would be shot. Oh, and the Jishatak asked, why does Rambam not bring it? Then he said, let me say his answer. Yeah. So okay, we're gonna stay away from some of the sides. Now, regarding why there's no uchos and bubbles, Madani Yom Tov, right? There's no din of an uchos and bubble. Even if there would be, the bracha was only in Shivas and Etzisrael. Yeah. It's because in Etzisrael, it's a chashiv azach. No, who cares? All right, there are other answers given for this. And, you know, one of them is the kedusha of 600,000 that they get together. And as you call the Shekhinah is shayr on them, which is and the Shekhinah is not shayr in Babel, only in Etzisrael. Meaning Ashros Shekhinah, rather the Shekhinah, but the Ashros Shekhinah is only there. But perhaps with this mahalach of Ashros Shekhinah, perhaps we can segue into what I want to say. Medrash and Pashas Ba'Leischa, Shuva Hashem Rivivais Alfei Yisrael. Medrash there says, Shechina will not be shared on less than 600,000 people. I think it says the Medrash that if somebody doesn't have children, means he's could be causing that there shouldn't be Shechina. Whereas in hours in Bavli, it doesn't say 600,000, that's 22,000. Shuv Hashem Rivivais. But there are good makairis to this. The Shach, Chumash says same thing. The Arachaim HaKadosh, Pashas Truma, brings the Medrash, Ein HaShchil HaShei HaPachas Misamach Riba. And he says that's why the Torah wasn't given to the Abbas, only by Matan Torah, because there were 600,000 Jews at that point. Then they bring that Yankiv Holach Navi Ben Lachel Kim Hama Melocha with 600,000, and the Machanayim is 120,000. All right, if this is the case, that it's because of the Shekhinah and because Ein HaShekhinah She'el 600,000 people, so that would answer the Kesef Mishnah's question. What about the Harabayis? There's no Mile in Harabayis regarding the Shekhinah. There's a bigger Shekhinah, higher level Shekhinah, but Shekhinah is sharing that as well. But I'd like to suggest a following. It's not, forget, I don't know if the word is so much. Let's. Could be, I mean, you know, Shekhinah is definitely a concept here, but I want to look at it as a different one. Shishim Ribui is some kind of a mile in Klal Yisrael. Having 600,000, but what does it mean having 600,000? If you have 599,999, it's not good. It says that when they went out in China, he brings this, the Medrash says there was missing one of the Abish was Messiah himself. but there has to be a metzius of 600,000. Yidden in Chutzlaritz can't become metzius of numbers. Can't have a number of 600,000. It could be 600,000 individuals, but they can't be a tziruf of 600,000 because they don't belong there. That's not their place. In order to have a mila of being 600,000, you need to be in your place, in a place that's mitzvah of them. And I want to support that with a phenomenal maral. The maral in Netzach Yisrael, Perek Aleph, explains that every nation has its place. Kol umma b'mkayim b'haru ilah. The Eibishter was Mesader every nation with their place. V'sider es Yisrael b'mokam haru ilahem. And he put the Yidden in the place where they are fitting, where they belong, where they fit. Shu Eretz Yisrael. Now listen to this. I've heard from Maral. Okay, it's Maral Zakuk. Golus is going out of their nature. And when something goes out of their natural position and they're out of their place, they cannot stay there. They can't remain in a mokum bilti tivila. They are drawn back to their place. Now, in other words, if they would stay, it would be that the unnatural become natural. And that can be. Maybe she made a world of natural. And he brings examples of this. And then he says, V'chein Yisrael ba'atzim ha'yoimdim b'golus. They bring it right, the golus must end. This is not their place. Their place is Eretz Yisrael. And there he says, and that's what the Chazal say, Ein loch dovish, ein le mokum. And they can't be chutz and tain. Okay. It's not their mokum. They're not there. They're there unnaturally. Okay. If that's the case, I mean, obviously he's talking in the Maral language, but perhaps that's the word that there's no uchlasa in Bavel. You cannot create a tziruf of Yidden and Bavel because it's an unnatural state. They're not trying to even starve into a unit of 600,000. It's like a bunch of floating people. I'm mixing more philosophical concepts and halachic concepts, but I think they fits very well. And as we know, the Rebbe is not afraid of that. Not only not afraid of, brings that together a lot. Oh, if that's the case, the Rebbe doesn't baskin about Ish Echad. We can answer why by Ish Echad it works in Chutz La'aretz. Because Ish Echad doesn't need the tziruf. You don't have to make a unit of a person. He's a unit. He's a person. He's a unit on his own. And therefore, if that person is shokol kashik shem rivet, then it's shaykh to make a bracha. Why the Rambam doesn't say like the other reasons that are given. Okay, Zayd is stark.